The Harry Potter TV show just got some exciting news. We have our first big leak at the set that is currently being built, at the $1 billion mini city that's taking place in Warner Brothers Leavesden, and we got our first look at Privet Drive. We got a leaked video that was revealed. Now, Warner Brothers was recently at the upfront event, which unfortunately we didn't get any news regarding the Harry Potter trio that is set to be revealed soon. So I'll be talking about when that could be. Now that the construction has started with the big mini city that's being built, it's all about to start happening so fast. And now that construction has begun for the show, I've seen a lot of people wonder what the castle's going to look like. So we're going to talk about it in this video. Will it be more accurate to the movies, or are they going for that book accuracy? We have a lot to cover, so check the chapters for easy viewing, and let's get started. All right, so starting off, we have a big set leak for the Harry Potter show. Their construction is currently underway. We have Metro UK reporting on it. They said first look at the £1 billion mini city for the Harry Potter TV show. They continued on by saying a £1 billion mini city is being built for HBO's upcoming Harry Potter adaptation, complete with a school, not that one, and a medical center. With work on these multi-series television adaptations underway, Warner Brothers are expanding their studio complex at Leavesden, and they're doing it on the outskirts of Watford, Hertfordshire. I believe that's the pronunciation, not far from the local WB studio tour. Now, the article says the vast studio extension reportedly includes a real school for its young actors who will continue their education as they juggle shooting responsibilities with their studies. This will also include roads for multi-story car parks and hangars to store the show's sets and bigger props. They then continued on the article saying, meanwhile, fantastic beasts, including horses, rodents, rats, snakes, and all manner of familiar, can be found in a special facility, although Warner Brothers Studios has stressed that they won't be kept there overnight. Now, not far away, we have our first set leak, and that is a patch of wasteland that will be transformed into the new and improved Privet Drive, where a young Harry Potter spent much of his upbringing with the terrible Dursley family, they said. So yeah, as you guys can see on the screen right here, this is Privet Drive currently being built, and it's just really exciting news. Like, we are really going to be that close to experiencing the Harry Potter universe one more time. Now, the Privet Drive set features a Tudor style architecture different from the movies, offering a fresh yet familiar look to the iconic location. Now, I personally don't know the UK, like I don't really know the Tudor style, but apparently this looks pretty accurate to the setting that they're going for with the show. Like, I believe the movies, they kind of just did what they wanted to do. Like, they had some creative freedom. They weren't really going for a full one-to-one adaptation or anything like that. And they will be doing that same thing for this time around, but you know, there's going to be some liberties that they take, and then there's going to be other stuff that's going to be pretty lore accurate, which I'm fine with. Now, the fact that they're like already building the Privet Drive area just tells me that like they're getting ready to start filming. Like, once construction is done for the Privet Drive set, I'm sure that's when we're going to start learning new information regarding when the filming will officially begin. But the filming likely won't start until we get the official cast start to get revealed. Right now, we have the Albus Dumbledore casting. We have the Minerva McGonagall, Severus Snape, Professor Quirrell. We still don't have Flitwick. We don't have any casting news for Madam Hooch, Madam Sprout, and how could we forget Peeves? Now, there's also some others that they still have to cast for, and then after that, there's just a lot of the younger actors that they will need to cast for as well. I would say in the next few weeks is when we will get the official casting for the Golden Trio, and then everything else will follow. But overall, I would say that season 1, we already have our big news for the casting pretty much over with. Like, once we get to like season 3 and 4, that's when the casting announcements are about to be so huge. I mean, there's Tom Riddle, there's Sirius Black, and of course, Lord Voldemort, which I don't know about you guys, but if I'm Harry Potter, I am sending truckloads of money to Cillian Murphy or even Benedict Cumberbatch, even though I think Benedict and Cillian are going to have really busy schedules. But a Cillian Murphy casting for Voldemort would be iconic, dude. Like, he would carry that role. And I believe it was Ralph or Rafe Fiennes who said that Cillian Murphy would be perfect to take up the mantle that is Lord Voldemort. But I think it all really depends on the schedule and the amount of money that they're being offered. Hopefully WB does the smart decision and cast somebody that like contrasts well with John Lithgow's Dumbledore, and of course Harry Potter. Like, you need somebody that looks absolutely wild and mad and crazy, kind of like a Cillian Murphy or a Rafe Fiennes. Now, if we can't get Cillian, then somebody like Mads Mikkelsen could also work, but at the end of the day, I think it's either Cillian Murphy, or if they can somehow get Benedict Cumberbatch, like that would be an absolute wild casting announcement. But again, Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be pretty busy filming for the MCU, and then you have Cillian Murphy that's constantly doing some crazy and absolutely like colossal films, so he might also not have the time either. It's really going to come down to them finding somebody that can do the role justice, which I hope they do. Right now, the casting choices that they've done is a little bit up in the air. There has been some people that have criticized the casting choices, for instance, Snape. We obviously have the Nick Frost casting announcement, which that one was iconic. Let's be honest, like that was probably their best one yet, followed by John Lithgow and then Janet McTeer as well. But that raises the next important question, and that is, when is the Golden Trio casting officially going to be announced? With the filming about to be underway, like that set is almost done being built, and once that happens, then they're pretty much ready to go. And honestly, if you're looking at that construction and I'm looking at that construction, I would say that in a couple weeks time, they could start filming for the earlier scenes of the show, specifically with Harry being dropped on the doorstep, which that scene is most likely going to consist of Albus Dumbledore, a young Harry Potter, Rubeus Hagrid, and Professor McGonagall. So it seems like they're going to start filming as the events happened in the books, and even in the movies for that matter. But as we know from the books, there's going to be a lot more of the Dursleys we get to see this time around, I'm sure. I'm guessing they're also going to build the set for the museum scene. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of work ahead, but getting those early construction pieces set in stone so that they can move on to the next project is going to be pretty awesome. Like Privet Drive will be there for a while. Heck, I'm sure after the filming of the show is like fully done, I'm betting the Privet Drive will stay there and they'll just use it as like a sort of museum piece or like a tour, so you can visit the iconic location of Harry Potter's place of living as a kid. And that's also why I think they're just using a built set rather than a place that's just like random, and they're going for that Tudor style architecture, so it's something that they can just keep there forever and not have to tear it down and replace it in the future. But to kind of circle back when we should be expecting news to drop, I would once again say within the next 3, possibly 4 weeks is when the news will drop. Heck, it could be this week, next week, literally anytime. It is literally days or weeks away. It's not going to be months, because of course they have to start filming this summer, and summer is rapidly approaching. Now, one thing that I would love for them to do is they not only announce the trio, but they also do like a panel where they have all of the actors in the show that are currently cast, and there's just like a big press briefing, almost like a Comic-Con, where they bring all of the cast out and then someone asks them questions. They hype up the show. Maybe they give us a first look at the logo. Perhaps they show off the cast members in their robes. Like maybe even we get to see a fully suited up John Lithgow as Dumbledore, or they just decide to go low key with it. Like they could just be really silent up until they give us the teaser trailer, and then that's all we get, which I think that would be unfortunate, because I feel like this should be like a big fan attraction. They're not going to spoil anything, so the more that they show fans, the more that they might be more interested in watching this new adaptation. This brings us to our next topic, and that is Hogwarts Castle. I have seen a lot of people really concerned about what the castle is going to look like. Will it be more like the movies? Will it look more like the books in terms of lore accuracy? Or perhaps will it look like the game Hogwarts Legacy? To which I will say this, like, I think they should just use the blueprint from the Hogwarts Legacy game. That game should be the blueprint going forward for all depictions of Hogwarts Castle. It is the most book accurate, that also features some stuff from the movies as well. It is the most highly detailed and lore accurate version that I've ever seen personally. And I've seen a lot of like fan creations and Minecraft mods that have done their best to recreate Hogwarts Castle, but none do it better than Hogwarts Legacy. As much as the castle looked cool for the movies, do not expect that in this show. I would expect a more book accurate depiction and something more like Hogwarts Legacy the game. I think the game is also the blueprint in terms of like the overall landscape and grounds, and even outside of the castle, like the Forbidden Forest and stuff like that. Like I think that they're going to use Hogwarts Legacy as a blueprint and try to recreate most of those scenes, landscapes, and just the overall setting. Like Hogwarts Legacy is already the blueprint. It is a book accurate depiction of not only Hogwarts Castle, but the surrounding areas as well. Also, Hogwarts Legacy 2's game is, the plot is actually going to follow similarly to the Harry Potter show. So there's a lot of opportunities for them to like, you know, make them both match really closely together. That way, after the, you know, a season of the show comes out, we also get a game that's very similar. Honestly, in terms of the iconic locations, I'm not really concerned about how they're going to look. Like, I don't think they're going to deviate from what Hogwarts Legacy has already established. I would say that anything is possible, but if J.K. Rowling has her hands in it, I don't think they're going to really deviate much. But that's going to wrap it up with this video, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe to Westworld for more videos, and until next time, this has been Wes, and I will talk to you guys on the other side of the world. Mischief managed.